Oh, negative! Meet me. Welcome back to another Squirrely Hero review, and today we're going to talk about Dizzy, otherwise known as the Cancer Skank, and you will see why that name is well deserved later. So as always, we'll go over her skills, builds, and then a PvP showcase and a summary. So let's get started. Alright, so Dizzy has three of some of the most annoying abilities in the game, and they all have stupid names like I use this to catch fish, Gamma Ray, and Emotional Gamma Ray. So let's just go left to right. Her S1, very toxic. It's one of the few S1s in the game that is always AoE, including on counters, and it has a 25% chance to stun, which is obviously a devastating debuff. If it lands on the right person, it can completely neuter their chances of winning. The other reason this S1 is so broken is because it's AoE, and it could proc mage artifacts, so it says 25%, but if you have a maxed Abyssal Crown or a Violin, it's really more like a 50% chance to stun each target, or a 25% chance to stun and an 80% chance to strip, which is a crazy thing for a spammable AoE S1. So definitely a top tier ability. Her S2 is equally irritating. A 50% CR pushback by itself would be incredibly annoying on its own, but it also extends the duration of debuffs by 1 turn. And we'll show you why that's important when we go over her S3. Her famous Nigate move, so broken that it was a meme a long time ago, back when everyone was spamming Dizzy for everything. Nowadays she has a reasonable number of counters out there, but she's still strong. But it always misses, so these debuffs always land. It doesn't matter if she has blind debuffs, she lands them anyway, so you can't stop her that way. Decreased speed, decreased attack, decreased hit chance. All of these are really powerful debuffs. I mean, to be fair, pretty much every debuff in Epic 7 is very powerful, but these are three of some of the worst other than like stun, sleep, and silence. So basically, when this thing lands, your DPSs cannot do any damage. They have 50% less attack, they're missing most of the time, they're getting less turns because of decreased speed. Very toxic. And on top of that, all of these debuffs, they land for 2 turns to begin with, but she can extend them for 1 turn with this. So it's really a 3-turn debuff. And then bam, by the time you shake it off, it's only a 4-turn cooldown with Mola, so she has it back again. So if you don't have a cleansing option on your team, essentially what that means is your team is going to be debuffed 100% of the time. Very, very annoying, cancerous kit. So with that out of the way, let's move on to builds. Alright, so how do you build Dizzy? So there are 2 main ways. There's actually a few others that are meme ones, like you can actually go full attack Dizzy. That's just a meme build though. But generally you go 2 builds. Full speed effectiveness or counter. And honestly, both of them are built pretty similarly either way. Like the stats you're chasing will be the same. So the main stats you want on Dizzy are defense, health, speed, and effectiveness. Effectiveness, mine's a little low. You really want 130 plus. If you want to go ham and even land on Ruels consistently, then maybe you want to push like 150. But unless you have god tier gear, I'd say sacrifice the effectiveness, go closer to like 100 and beef up your other stats. And then once you get that godly rolled gear, you can start pushing her effectiveness as well. For speed, even on counter, you probably want to be around 200. If you're on speed set, you can easily push like 260, 270, 280, because she does have very good base speed, 115, I believe. HP defense, I think good targets are around 16,000 HP and 1,500 defense minimum. Some people have a lot more than that. Some people with good gear can get to like 19,000 HP. She's actually quite a tanky hero. So make her as tanky as you want, but I'd say the minimum would be like 16k HP and 1,500 defense. You can strip a little bit from one or the other if you can bump up the other, like maybe go super high defense, a little less HP. But those are kind of like the baselines you want. Because the thing with Dizzy is she's such a high priority target. She is so annoying that a lot of times people are going to want to kill her first. And that's the main reason Counter became popular, because she's always being focused. People notice that the best way to deal with that is to have her constantly threatening a counter S1. Now, in terms of artifacts, there's really only two main choices. Yellow Violin or Abyssal Crown. Both of them are equally irritating. Abyssal Crown is very devastating because it adds a stun to all of her abilities, but Violin becomes kind of more viable late game when a lot of people are running immunity. If they're on immunity, the Abyssal Crown does nothing, so Yellow Violin is probably more consistent, but on like Guild Wars offense or something, if you want to use her and you know the defense doesn't have immunity on it, then Abyssal Crown is an excellent choice. Other options are you can use her own artifact for the CR push. You can use Sierra Ren if you're new and you really don't have Violin or Abyssal Crown, but Violin's in the exclusive, whatever, the Holo Trial shops. There's literally no reason not to be able to get this. So if you can't put Crown on her, put her on Violin. It's probably the best choice. And with that, let's move on to the PvP showcase. Alright, so let's showcase Dizzy in PvP now. One thing I want you guys to notice, my team has no DPS, and that's because I want to show you guys how much control Dizzy has. I don't need any damage to take this team down. I'm just going to lock them down until they're dead. So prepare to watch them get nibbled away at by these 4 rodent heroes with no actual damage. So, we're going to start off with this thingy. We miss on Riolet as expected. We will try and put Unbuffable onto them. Missed on Riolet again. That's fine. We will kill him slowly. Let's drop a bunch of rocks on their faces. Hey, we hit the Riolet. We will reset the regular crowd because it's going to be hard to reset the ML crowd. Because I have so many AoE attacks, he's going to get it back anyway. Oh, he resisted. Alright, now let's put all these toxic debuffs on them. Boom. Nigate. We literally nuke them. Now we're going to push them back. And watch. They all get pushed back, except the Riolet apparently. And now we can just get back to slowly killing them. So whap, we'll do that. We don't even need to S2 yet. Maybe we just kill this Celine first. So we will attack into her. We'll do a little bit of this. ML Crow is still stunned, so we're fine. We'll just finish off this Celine first, I guess. Get rid of some of their damage. Actually, she's gonna burn anyway, so let's start working on this ML Crow. We trigger the counter, no problem, because I have Skill Nullifier. 0 damage. We'll just keep poking this LR Crow. We don't like him. Boom! Celine explodes. We do this. We'll get to work on this LR Crow now, slowly. He's silenced. We will do this. Push up our team even more. We stripped something off of Riolet. Whatever, we'll just do this. Let's just AoE for the fun of it. Perfect. We will work on this Riolet while he doesn't have evasion. He's going to get it back shortly. And blam! Skill Nullifier. So you see what's going on here? We're just denying them turns. They have so many debuffs on, they literally just cannot move. We're going to hit this guy. So much action going on, it's lagging. We burn. And they just can't do any damage with the weakened attack. And now let's just do it again. We're going to put the decreased speed on them again. And like I said, it's going to be slow, but it's going to be a pain. Like, imagine this was RTA and you were this guy. You literally can't get a turn. You're just standing there watching as your team gets slowly mauled to death. and all these burns are starting to stack up. Why don't we just do this? We're going to push them back even more. Like, look at where they are on the CR bar. They've literally had one turn where they were stunned, so they couldn't do anything anyway, and now they're stuck all the way back here. And you know what? We're just going to reset you, whatever, it doesn't matter. Whip you to death. And honestly, he's dead already because of all those burns on him. So we won't even touch him. You know, why don't we just stun them too? Just so if they actually manage to get up to the front, they still can't do anything. And the thing that made all of this possible is Dizzy. The decreased speed, the debuff extension, all of that is key to making this lockdown stick. And that is why Dizzy is so toxic. The decreased speed, the damage mitigation from weakened attack and mischance, like, all of that is so crucial. And we're going to wrap this fight up here. This LR Crow is dead-deado, and this defense just got absolutely mauled. Let's try another one. Alright, now I know some of you guys are going to say, that team had no healer, so here we go. Let's take on a team with a healer and a cleanser, Elena and Ruel. Blam, so Elena gets pushed up. We're going to do this, try and unbuffable them. Blip, MLDB from the Violet. He actually had his evasion buff stripped already, so that was pretty lucky. Now let's stun him up. Question is, who do we reset here? Moonlight Dreamblade again. I think we try and reset the Ruel. I don't care so much about the Violet. With the Dizzy debuffs, he should be under control. Resisted. So maybe this Ruel does have effect resist, although she didn't resist any of that other stuff. Put these debuffs on. Remember, Dizzy cannot miss on her S3. Now let's try and push them back. We do push them back. Let's work on this Violet garbage here. Maybe we do this again. This Violet's MLD being a lot. Maybe we just attack this Alencia now as well. Get another burn onto the Violet. He bricks into a skill nullifier. Exactly what I want to see. Easy Youngblood. We will try and get some stuns out. Another Violet S3 also does nothing. Let's just attack this Violet. Let's keep attacking this Alencia, I think. Maybe we can silence her. Oh, we slept her. Perfect. Perfect. We'll start attacking this Ruel now. Alencia loses her turn. We'll try and stun again. Alencia. Elena gets stunned. What do we have here? Violet's gonna go. But Violet will die to Flitica, so we'll just keep going on to Ruel. There we go. We're gonna do this again. Get another turn. Push us up. Maybe we just finish off this Ruel before she can revive or full cleanse anyone, because she did resist the pushback, right? Oh, Dizzy already has her S3. So toxic. Alright, so we'll do this. Elena got silenced. A little bit of healing there, no big deal. Alright, Alencia breaks free, so that's their first real turn other than Violet that they got. But no problem, because Dizzy's gonna do this now. Whap. Nigate! So these cleansers are of no value if they can't cleanse. So let's go ahead and Dizzy push them back. They all get pushed back. Let's push them back even more, because we don't want to let these guys get a single turn ever again. We want to really humiliate them. Alright, so now they're all back on top, and now we just take our time. We can honestly just let them die to burns here. Ruel's gonna explode, Elena's gonna explode, they're all gonna explode. maybe we can work it out in a way. Ah, screw it. We'll just drop a boulder on their face as well. Boom. They're all stunned. We'll whip this. We'll AoE this. And again, we nibble this defense down with a bunch of rats. So anyways, I hope that guys taught you why Dizzy is so annoying. Just a very toxic control hero. You could see that it works even against cleansers and healers. So let's move on to the summary. Alright, so as always, let's summarize. Dizzy, is she good? 100%. She's an absolute monster. Just an incredibly toxic hero to deal with. I hate her. If I see her in an enemy draft, she's a very high priority ban for me. So let's just get right into the PvP rating. So Arena Offense, I give her an A. Now, really, in many ways, she's an S, but the reason I give her an A is because you guys saw my lockdown comps. It was very effective. At the same time, it was just really slow. So there's no real reason to use her if you don't want to have like a 5-minute arena match. Generally in arena, the best approach is, if you're not pushing for legend, just cleave and be done with it. So not the fastest arena offense character, but if you're willing to invest the time, she's definitely very effective. So if time wasn't a factor, she'd probably be an S. Arena defense, I'll give her a B+. She's very good, very toxic, especially on counter set. Counter S1 stun can be devastating, and on defense, RNG is always appreciated. But the thing is, a lot of people are just going to bring immunity against her. You can fight it to some extent by bringing Violin on her, but if she gets like stunned on her first turn or something, she can't counter. Like, it's just not that reliable. But she's definitely a decent arena defense hero, but I think there are better options out there. Guild Wars offense, I think I'm going to give her an A as well. The thing is, she doesn't work against a lot of teams. Like, there's a lot of Liliuses and stuff out there. I guess if you timed it right and knew the speed tuning, she'd be reliable. She's still very good in Guild Wars offense. Like, you can definitely neuter a defense, but still, it's kind of RNG-ish. Like, if you get resisted or something, or they hit you through the blind, I'd rather just have a safer team for the most part. But definitely still very viable in Guild Wars offense. The good thing about Dizzy is if you're having gearing issues, you can tackle much better geared enemies because these debuffs are so strong. Guild Wars defense, I'll also give her a B+. It's kind of more noticeable in Guild Wars because you only have 3 people. So if they do bring immunity and you have no way of stripping other than Violin, immunity is going to truck a Dizzy defense. Like, back then, Dizzy was everywhere on defense. Now there's so many ways to get rid of debuffs. Like, if they bring Lilius or DJ Basar or Ray or a fast ML crowd that goes before, there's just so many options to stop the lockdown. But if you have a reliable strip on your defense as well, she's still pretty annoying, pretty toxic. RTA, she's a definite S. I hate versing her in RTA. A lot of people running control comps. If you remember the PvP showcase, basically they'll run teams like that in RTA and just lock you down. And the thing is, let's pretend that they drafted all 4 of my heroes from that PvP showcase and also had Broman or something. It's just, there's no real thing you can ban short of trying to counter speed cleave them. There's nothing you could ban that's going to stop the lockdown. You're going to be disabled somehow no matter what, especially if they pre-ban FCC. Dizzy is definitely a very toxic hero, and she even runs into straight-up bruiser comps because she's quite tanky if you build her right, and she can totally neuter your damage. So RTA, hard S. So anyways, that's my review of Dizzy. I hope you guys enjoyed this review. If you guys don't have her, next time that Guilty Gear event comes around, absolutely pull for her. I don't really talk about PvE, but she's also an absolute PvE juggernaut. She makes a lot of tough PvE content real easy because she's so broken with these debuffs that a lot of times, like the old Abyss floors, people would be like, just Dizzy it, and if you couldn't, you just lose. So anyways, thanks for watching. If you have any questions, put it in the comment section below. Until next time, peace out, boys.